Jose Diaz, show court 2. It's time. Jose, you got 10 minutes. Give him a call. Tell him he's got 10 minutes. He's up.
Good morning and welcome to windy Las Vegas, Nevada. We're here for the 2021 Three-Wall Ball World Outdoor Championships. The special opportunity to promote court sports in general, anything that will keep courts in use and courts in fitness facilities. We're going to show you a little bit of pro paddleball. Got some of the best in the world here today. We have Danny Lavely and Robert Sostre from New York versus Alvaro Beltran and Daniel De La Rosa. One zero. My name is JT. I'm joined today by Aaron Embry, local racquetball and paddleball celebrity in San Diego. Going to tell us a little bit about what we have going on here today. De La Rosa and Beltran have jumped out to a quick lead, 3-0.
I'm looking for a volunteer ref. If I could have somebody volunteer to ref, please come to the tournament desk.
We have a little delay as some people clear through the court. It's 1-3 right now.
Good morning, players. Today's a busy day.
And Robert Sostre is now serving.
Keep it a little cool for you. We could really use your help when the desk asks for a volunteer ref. We can have some support, please. It'll keep us on track. And
That was out.
Game at 4 o'clock won't be at 7 o'clock.
Thank you very much for joining us again, Aaron.
When we ask for volunteer ref, step
most
up.
of our
We could really use your help today.
regular
Thank you so
viewers are
much.
not going to be particularly familiar with paddleball. One of the things that sort of springs out immediately is there are at least 3 different shapes of paddles. Is there a standard that they have to meet?
There is. It's regulated pretty heavily for 4-wall and 3-wall paddleball. It can only be so long and so wide and so thick. I can't remember the exact dimensions right now. That's why I'm using so. But so as long as you're within those dimensions, you can create whatever shape you want. And the gearbox paddle, the what we call the teardrop shape, which is the paddle that Danny and Alvaro Beltran are using. We made that paddle to hit a little bit more like a racquetball racket, because we knew that a lot of the people that would really enjoy playing would be racquetball players, exactly. And then some have holes, some doesn't, so it's 3-4. It's a great lob. And Alvaro Beltran just kind of lucked one in there. I shouldn't say luck. He's a great player, but four serving 4 right now. Alvaro Beltran serving. And Robert just flat rolled another ball in his long storied career.
One of the things that will be interesting to our viewers is all of these are also professional racquetball players. So there's obviously a lot of crossover in strategy or tactics.
I would agree with that. It's very similar. Paddleball, we're going to see more lobbing probably in the beginning phases until you get a ball like that where you can hit it low. But you'll see much more lobbing. It'll be more up and back running. So you're going to run about a third more in paddleball. Generally what happens. It's 4-5. See, we come with some opening lob shots. That was a great get by Robert. Good try. On these really big courts here in Vegas, that lob shot is just devastating.
A little longer than you would expect most players.
Exactly, yeah. Most of us play indoor 4-wall.
Robert being accepted by everything, everywhere he can.
Exactly. Robert is one of the best crossover athletes I've ever seen. That was just a fantastic rally and a traditional paddleball rally. A lot of lobbying until the ball comes down to a spot where you can shoot it, and then it's game on. 5 serves 5. So there was a ball that came into the court, and the referee called a stop and play. Generally in paddleball, we play through a lot of close balls. Where in racquetball, with the bigger racket, you have to be a little more cautious. But with the paddle and the ball speed that it is, you play a lot closer like that. And you're expected to play through. It's kind of, JT, like old school racquetball.
I made that comparison a few years ago with discussion with Charlie Pratt. He said the ball was a little slower, and they achieved that here in paddleball with a hole in the ball.
Yeah.
So they're different. And the shape and the size, so the strategies are closer to what Charlie Brumfield made.
I would agree with that 100%. There's a lot more gamesmanship in this game where you move the player with your body as you're hitting or you're setting up. So you kind of maneuver them as the hit is happening. And that was just a fantastic lob. Danny ran a mile to get it. That was just a great shot by Lavely. Daniel De La Rosa just hit an amazing shot. I think that's officially the first dive.
From this group, I don't think it'll be the last.
No, exactly. That was just a fantastic pick by Beltran right there. That's an easy point there. Don't want to give those up. It's 8-5. Oh, and Robert wishes he had that one back.
Time out on the court. Take a break ourselves and right back.
Overall, Beltran serving. That's a fantastic lob. And that's the best backhand I've ever seen. He was 50 feet off the court. He was 50 feet from the front wall and just flat rolled it. Hen serves 5. It's looking a little loose and rugged here for Lavely and Sostre. I expect the match to tighten up here a little bit. I think these guys are just too good competitors to let it go. Twelve serves 5.
Definitely a lot more time spent in front of the court line than you would ever see it.
Yes. It's because the ball doesn't bounce back as far, so you have to play forward, and then that really opens up the defensive lobs. Very similar as for indoor 4-wall. Matter of fact, oh, Danny wants that one back. During COVID, Alvaro played mostly paddleball to stay in shape. Played a lot of doubles. And that was game. 15-5.
Definitely a few,
Go ahead.
few mistakes, not in strategy or in placement, just not getting the ball quite to the front wall. Lavely Sostre team will have an opportunity to come back, and they'll see how well they can motivate themselves and get it done.
Yeah, they looked a little flat, and I expect that to be completely different as they step into the second game.
All right, we'll take another break. Be back when players are ready.
I'm Carla Munoz and I play with passion.
I play to be a role model for the kids.
I play for the adrenaline.
I play for the love of the game.
We're back here in Las Vegas, ready for game number 2. Alvaro and Daniel can hold on to their momentum.
And Beltran and De La Rosa are on the board right now. It's 2-0. Beltran serving. And there's side out. 0-2. Danny Lavely serving. It's a great lob shot by Sostre. I think when I watch the match here that Lavely and Sostre need to lift the ball higher. They hit a couple of balls out, and sometimes that gets you really tentative, but they don't have the, there we go. That's the kind of shot he needs to go for, even if he misses it a couple of times. Because Daniel is so fast up front, you're just going to be really hard to kill the ball. He's like an Emmett Coe with that quick speed.
Definitely want him chasing something down in the back.
Exactly. You need to open court up. See, now they're getting the ball up a little higher. And that's what you want to try to avoid, where they can scoop it low. 2-0. De La Rosa serving. It's a very patient ball by De La Rosa. Just hit the lob, keep him back, and then just, yeah.
Another great left front corner for Beltran.
I think Alvaro Beltran is one of the best players I've ever seen that adapts. He plays paddleball, plays racquetball. Both him and Daniel play pickleball. I mean, they're just amazing athletes. Scores 0-4. That was a great get by Robert Sostre. Hit the edge of the panel and went in. Gotta love it. That's what a champion does. Makes it happen. No. And I like that they switched that time, JT. I really do. That I thought it was Danny with his cover speed was a better look on that side. Great gut by Lavely. That's an amazing switch.
Too much time on that drop. Alvaro was
Exactly. He gets to hit one ball in the rally, and he hit that. Those are the shots that give you nightmares. It is 4-1, and Danny hit a great backhand. And they're going to switch sides. Oh, they're mixing it up. Going I formation right now. One serves 4, second server. And that's just
great overhead jumping pinch.
yeah. It's just mean. That's just mean. 4 serves 1. Daniel just showed you how great he was right there. Five one, and these guys better put something together soon, because Alvaro, Beltran, and De La Rosa look very comfortable. And that was a great paddleball shot. Nice cut. 1. That's Sostre we all know and love right there. Great serve. In outdoor, you really like to pick the backhand side and force the person to beat you with the backhand. So it's always opposite side foot is where you aim for on the serve. So they have to come in and into the body a little bit so they don't get a good set on the ball. They have to lean back to hit. Takes the power away. It's now 5-3. Excuse me, 4 serving 5. Five. It's a new game now. Even though he missed it, I like that he shot that ball. They need to keep shooting the ball if they're going to be successful in this game. And that was somewhere in the Grand Canyon, I think, when it comes back down. 5-5, Alvaro Beltran serving. Definitely don't want to give Alvaro Beltran that setup on the right side. Gonna end poorly.
You mentioned a little bit earlier that there is a hole in the ball. Is it a different weight or a different thickness than a racquetball?
No, it's very similar. It feels heavy because there's no pressure in the ball. So the harder you hit it, the more it mushes. So it's hard to get just hit it by the guy, which really induces a rally.
You're not going to see as many down the lines as you are.
Yeah, you're going to see, especially out here with the big court, you're going to see the typical kind of hit the ball high. Exactly.
Nice, pleasant down the line.
Exactly. A little miscommunication there, I think. They were not sure who was going for that. Lavely looks a little tired. I see him breathing hard after that that run. It's 9-5. 9-5 timeout. Good call.
I think I might have done it immediately after the run, but better a little late than not at all. Be right back after this part. Go away. We're back from our commercial. Players still have a few seconds left in their timeout. So here at the Three-Wall Ball World Outdoor Championship, we do have multiple sports going on and multiple versions of each sport. We've got handball, 1 wall and 3 wall, paddleball, 1 and 3 wall as well.
Yep.
Racquetball, 1 wall. Singles, doubles, mixed doubles. Every combination.
I think this is one of the premier events of that we have in the sport. It's a celebration of all the sports, is what I always think about. We got some of the best players that ever played. competing. Nobody likes to lose, but this is certainly a fun place to be in Vegas. It's just a great event. I know Danny's not having a good time. Lavely's having a couple of questionable conversations with himself right now, but overall, it's just been a fantastic event. Mike Coulter has just been amazing putting this whole thing on. That was an out serve by Danny. He is got to tighten it up a little bit, regain his focus, his balance.
Like Danny and Robert have mixed it up as well. With inside.
Yeah, I think this is a better move for them. I do. I think they've got to do something a little different. That was just a fantastic getting shot by Lavely. I know a lot of people don't realize, JT, that I help out with this event, and we start planning this event about 8-10 months before it happens, and just a lot of effort on everybody's part. It's really a joy to be here. So I want to thank Mike Coulter and everybody who's been part of this whole process. It's been amazing.
Absolutely. Registration team, tournament check-in team, instructor team, all been amazing.
It has been.
Some awfully long hours by the tournament desks as well. We've had matches as early as 7, and last night we were here till 10:30 before that.
Yeah. It was a late night last night. And Lavely just had an amazing get, probably the best get I've seen all tournament, laid out. Oh, Robert should have let Danny take that ball. He took himself out of position. It is now 11-5. Oh, that would have been a backbreaker if that one goes in. What a great rally. Wow, that was just 4 fantastic athletes playing their hearts out. 6-11, they desperately needed that point. See if Robert serves it again to Alvaro's backhand. Forcing Alvaro to hit a backhand. Oh, that was probably the best rally I've seen the whole weekend right there. Those are tough to lose, but that was fantastic, and Lavely and Sostre really needed that.
Another quick timeout from the players. returning from their timeout.
And I thought that was a smart timeout, JT. There was Alvaro Beltran and Daniel De La Rosa took that timeout at a good spot. The other team had a run. They're trying to close it in 2. It's not like vacation pay where you can use them later on, so you use your timeouts when you need them. And Lavely just hit a great out-the-door shot. That's when they hit the high pinch, and it goes completely out the other side of the court. Almost impossible to get. It's now. Oh, that was a great serve. And I will heckle Alvaro Beltran for that one later on. That was a mishit. It's 9 serving 11. Now these guys have climbed back into this match. He's motioning the crowd as, yeah, it's the same guy that just hit the freak ball off to the edge. I'm the same guy that flat rolled it. 9-11, second server. Just barely out. I still like that he hit that ball. You know, you got to keep hitting those even if you miss a few.
Definitely seemed to be like it was going to the right shot because they were both up very close. Either one was right behind him. Be able to take it out of the air. They would have to chase it down or let it go.
Exactly. That was oh, this is trouble. Oh, and Alvaro Beltran missed that one. He wants that back. 11-9, second server. That was just a flat rollout. A couple of uncharacteristic loose balls here.
Do the unusual characteristics of the wall.
Yeah. Danny's celebrating his ball that went in. He's missed 3 long, and so he got one in. And that's because he went for those balls, and he finally got one in. It's 9-13, first server in. They really desperately need points right now. That was a great get by Lavely, and Alvaro had the right shot picked out, but didn't happen. 10-13. One down. I think, Robert's got to shoot that ball. He's just got to go for it at this point and try to kill that ball.
Unfortunate side effect of all that effort is it came right back to Daniel, and he was able to quickly put it away, and no one was there to cover.
Nah, it's super hard to, such a big court. One person up front against 2 is, see, that's the shot Robert's got to do right there. When he gets his setup on his forehand, he's got one of the best forehands I've ever seen. He needs to finish the play if they're going to stay in this. We're now looking at match point 14. And ref called a replay. I'm a little suspect on that one. I would have let those guys play. We get a nice run. I'd like to see a tiebreaker here. It's now 11-14. They're hanging on.
Justin Fernandez or Emmett Coe to the tournament desk.
That was just too good. De La Rosa just hit a nice cleanup shot on that at the end. That was a fantastic rally. De La Rosa just hit an amazing forehand spin around, and that was good to watch. Danny's going to have a few scars after this match. 14-11, first server in. Second server in. 14-11. I love it. I love it. Here we go. These guys are hanging by their fingernails. You know, it's two great players not wanting to quit. It's a good timeout call.
Peso, Murphy, Pope, tournament desk. Peso, Murphy,
One thing that's unique about
tournament desk.
this event here at Three-Wall Ball is these courts go up about a week before the event. The parking lot gets painted, the boards get painted. How much of a difference is this going to be compared to a concrete wall or a panel wall inside the environment that they're more used to?
It's a great question. These courts with the, they play surprisingly well for like a temporary court that's been built with like a paneling. Normally the tilt-up concrete or the indoor courts that we play on, the ball's faster. It definitely is faster. The ball skids a little bit more because it's just got more speed on it. But here it forces everybody to play up front a little bit more because it's just a little spongier. You lose like 5-10% of your power. So it really is fighting the elements, which is the unknown here. It's, you know, every time you come to these courts, the sun's in a different spot, the wind's blowing. Quiet now. Almost had that. Lavely almost had that ball. Second server in. 11-14. Great serve by Sostre. Robert really wants that ball back. I think this is the third time for match point they've served. 14-11. And a skip ball. Second server, 14-11. And Robert just showed you why his nickname is the Iceman. Just clutch under pressure. Another great dive try by Lavely. He's going to feel this. This is hard to dive on. There's no forgiveness. Not a wood floor like we're used to playing on. 11-14, second server. Oh, boy. He really wanted that one to hit the sidewall, hit a two-wall, and come in. Now, match point. These guys have been in 4 times. 14-11. I'm thinking this is going to turn. If they don't do it now, this is going to be trouble. Okay, I'm predicting a couple 3 points right now because they're like annoyed at themselves, De La Rosa and Beltran. 11-14, first server in.
And he had to jump back, get out of the way. That put him in the wrong motion to be able to come back forward.
Exactly,
and get
bounced him back on his heels. Alvaro did a great shot of, he held that ball, pushed him back a little bit, and then hit the ball. It's 11-14. And there's the first of the 3 points that I predict. It's 12-14. Oh, I can't believe they messed up my prediction, JT. How could they do this to me? They have no respect for their elders. Kids. All right, Beltran serving for match point by 10.
Alvaro gets the same situation, moves to get out of the way and able to recover, back in.
Nobody's wanting to quit right now. I like that. First server in, 12-14. They've switched sides now. That was a good, legitimate hinder ball right there. Everybody's playing well right now. Nobody wants to let this go. 12-14, first server again. Great serve to Alvaro's backhand. And that's the serve, JT, I was telling you about, where you serve it to the guy's off foot on his backhand side. Super hard to be aggressive. 13-14.
It worked exactly the way they wanted. And he got the easy setup.
Oh! Daniel De La Rosa just made a fantastic get. He ran about 40 feet into that ball and tweaked it up. Break it. 13-14.
Exactly where that one was going.
Yeah, it was nice. He followed. That's a great example of what a good player does. They hit and they run through their hit, and they cover the next ball. It is 14-14, win by 1.
It is.
And that is game. That is game. That was fun. That was fun to. I'm glad they helped me with my prediction. It didn't happen quite in time, but I had it off by a couple of rallies. But that was, knew trouble was coming when they didn't close it out.
We will be back in just about 2 minutes for the tiebreaker. are back here in Las Vegas, the Wall Ball World Outdoor Championship, here for the Quebec men pro double. Second seeded team, Daniel De La Rosa, Alvaro Beltran. And the third seeded team, Danny Lavely, Robert Sostre. Great second game. Beltran and De La Rosa will start the game with the serve because of that score. Game 3-11, just like the racquetball scoring. Okay, so we have a momentarily delay. We have a player that's going to get checked for medical. I don't know if we've got a bleeding knee or exactly what it is, but we have a medical timeout.
Quite a bit.
Haven't heard anything new from the ref in a minute or two, but he said he asked if they were going to take a timeout before the game or if they needed to see the medical tent. The medical tent is just to the left of us. We do have some people over there. All right, so it is a medical timeout. Danny checked real quickly, so it doesn't.
Just, he looks very dehydrated. He's covering a lot of court. This environment is grueling a little bit with the heat and the dryness of the weather, and he's really the cover guy for the team. I mean, Robert's no slouch, but he's expected to be the guy that covers the deep ball.
We are in the middle of a desert. There is
true.
Quite a bit of wind, so the dehydration is definitely a factor. We do have the National Paddleball Commissioner headed over to the medical tent.
Get an update there.
Our other players hanging out in the shade, getting a little rest. We will have a few sponsors.
Good luck, man. We'll be rooting for you. I think Salzman's over here, too.
I'm Carla Munoz, and I play with passion.
I play to be a role model for the kids.
I play for the adrenaline.
I play for the love of the game.
Welcome back, everybody. Tim Baghurst joining you at the 3-Wall Ball Championships. We've got a little drama going on at the court. I'm listening into the official. He's having a conversation with many tournament directors. Daniel De La Rosa and Alvaro Beltran are asking why this hasn't been a forfeit already. The players are allowed 15 minutes of injury time. Over to my left, Danny Lavely is in the medical tent with ice all over his chest, under his arms. Looks like he's experiencing some heat exhaustion. I don't think he's going to be able to continue. I heard the ref say he's got 1 minute, so I think this match is going to be called. You can see Aaron Embry down there overseeing the paddleball. Just waiting to make this call. 12 minutes is what our official said. I'm just listening to the official who said that it's been at least 15 minutes. Oh, I think we're going to see this match called. Just a reminder, we got more matches coming up this afternoon. It's a warm day, probably the warmest day so far here in Las Vegas that we've had. And I think this is a lesson for all of us here. Use sunscreen, drink water. Here we go. Let's listen in. Aaron Embry being called over to converse with the official. Lavely's still down. He's down on the training table. It's like they're having a conversation with him. Yep, I'm seeing some hand gestures. Looks like it's all over.
All right, definitely not the ending that we wanted to see to this match or to any match.
No. No, it's such a shame. I mean, it was tantalizing tiebreaker. I've been watching, and there you have it. It's a good example, JT, of kind of the physical demands of paddleball. You know, everybody, paddleball's easy. You know, the ball doesn't fly very fast, but it's a lot of long rallies. You have to hit that ball hard. It takes a lot of energy. In this heat, it was just a little too much for Lavely.
And it definitely doesn't help that this is the third day of the event, and so I think everybody is less hydrated than they would like to be.
Yes.
It started out the day very windy, so if he had been outside prior to this, that dries you out. And then indoor racquetball, he's one that you would see change a t-shirt very frequently. So I'm not too surprised that it happened.
Well, he's the kind of player that gives everything on every point, and as a consequence, I think he just went too far. And of course, we hope he's okay. He's moving fine, everybody. I don't think it's a serious issue. I think it's just a wise decision of it's not worth it in this situation to keep going. Okay, looks like we're gonna call it. Match is over. We're gonna reset the stream. Shame that it ended this way. But we'll be back as we continue here today as we get in.